Welcome, gents. Actions speak louder than words, and silence is no exception. There's a quiet power that many overlook, a strength that doesn't need to be loud to be felt. Sigma males get this better than anyone else. They move through life with an intensity that others often misinterpret. And when they choose to ignore someone, it's never just a random act of indifference. It's a calculated move, a deliberate choice rooted in their commitment to protect their peace, their truth, and their sense of self. But what drives a Sigma male to turn away, to retreat into silence? What tough realities push him to pull back from the world and the people in it? These aren't just moments of solitude. They're bold, unspoken declarations. In this discussion, we'll dive into the deep, sometimes uncomfortable truths behind why Sigma males ignore people, revealing the strength, purpose, and unyielding resolve behind their silence. Gents, let's get started. Number 1. They give rude and entitled people no attention. They don't entertain arrogance. Sigma males have a natural instinct for spotting arrogance and entitlement, and when they sense it, they shut down instantly. They see no point in engaging with people who act like they're better than everyone else. To a Sigma male, arrogance is a sign of insecurity, not strength, and he's not about to waste his energy on someone who's full of themselves. When someone comes at him with that superior attitude, he's not interested in boosting their inflated ego. Instead of getting drawn into a pointless argument, he simply chooses to ignore them. His silence isn't passive, it's a loud, clear message. You don't impress me. He knows that giving attention to entitled people only feeds their delusion, so he cuts them off by not giving them any attention at all. In his world, respect is something you earn, not something you demand, and he's not going to entertain anyone who thinks they deserve special treatment just because they think highly of themselves. Ignoring them isn't just a tactic, it's a statement. It says, "Your arrogance doesn't affect me, and your entitlement doesn't deserve my attention." For a Sigma male, engaging with such people is a waste of time and energy, and he has better things to do than entertain someone who can't see beyond their own reflection. Number 2, most people cannot handle the truth. The truth hurts, and most people can't take it. Sigma males are known for being straightforward, and they don't shy away from speaking the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. They're not interested in sugarcoating things or tiptoeing around people's feelings just to keep the peace. But here's the catch. Most people can't handle that level of honesty. They'd rather hear what's convenient, what makes them feel good, instead of facing a truth that might challenge them or make them confront their own flaws. When a Sigma male realizes that someone isn't ready for the truth, he won't waste his breath trying to make them see it. Instead, he'll distance himself, choosing silence over a pointless confrontation. It's not that he's afraid to speak up. He just knows that some battles aren't worth fighting, especially with people who aren't ready to listen. Ignoring these people isn't about being dismissive. It's about saving his energy for those who actually value what he has to say. For a Sigma male, truth isn't something to be watered down or dressed up to make it more digestible. It's meant to be faced head-on. And if someone can't handle that, they're not going to get much of his time or attention. He's not interested in playing along with the comfortable lies or half-truths that so many people cling to. If they can't deal with the raw honesty he brings, he'll simply move on, leaving them to their illusions. It's not his job to make people feel better about themselves. His priority is to stay true to himself, which often means stepping back and letting people figure things out on their own. Number 3. People are shallow, superficial, and ego-driven. Superficiality doesn't impress them. Sigma males have little patience for people who are shallow, superficial, and driven by ego. They see right through the empty gestures, the need for constant validation, and the obsession with appearances that so many people get caught up in. To them, these traits aren't just unappealing, they're exhausting. Sigma males crave depth, authenticity, and real connections, so when they encounter someone who's all surface and no substance, they quickly lose interest. They're not impressed by flashy displays or by people who constantly try to prove their worth through material things or social status. Sigma males value what's beneath the surface: character, intelligence, integrity. When someone's entire identity is built on shallow foundations, there's nothing for them to connect with. Instead of wasting their time on these empty interactions, Sigma males often choose to ignore them altogether. It's not out of spite or superiority. It's simply because they have no desire to engage with someone who doesn't bring anything real to the table. For Sigma males, life is too short to be spent on superficialities. They're focused on what truly matters: genuine relationships, personal growth, meaningful achievements. If someone can't offer that, they'd rather not engage at all. Ignoring shallow, ego-driven people is a way for them to protect their own values and stay true to what's important. They refuse to be dragged down by the trivial pursuits of others and instead focus on building a life rich in substance and meaning. At number 4, they can't stand dramatic people. Drama is not in their vocabulary. Sigma males have a low tolerance for drama and can't stand being around people who thrive on it. They see right through the theatrics, the exaggerated emotions, and the unnecessary conflicts that some people create just to feel important or entertained. To a Sigma male, this kind of behavior is not only exhausting but also pointless. Life is complicated enough without adding unnecessary drama to it. When someone tries to pull a Sigma male into their web of chaos, he's not going to get involved. Instead, he'll keep his distance and stay silent, refusing to give the drama any attention. This isn't about being passive. It's a deliberate choice to not participate in something that adds no value to his life. Sigma males focus on what matters: goals, growth, and meaningful relationships. And they know that getting sucked into other people's messes will only distract them from what's truly important. By ignoring dramatic people, Sigma males are setting a boundary. They're making it clear that they're not interested in being anyone's emotional punching bag or a pawn in someone else's soap opera. They know that engaging with drama only feeds it, so they starve it instead. For them, peace of mind and stability are worth far more than the temporary satisfaction of winning an argument or proving a point. When faced with drama, they choose the path of least resistance: silence and distance, because they understand that sometimes the best way to deal with chaos is to simply not engage with it at all. Number 5, they don't do transactional relationships. Sigma males have no interest in relationships that feel like transactions. They're not in it for what they can get, and they're not keeping a mental tally of who owes what. For them, relationships are about genuine connection, mutual respect, and shared values, not about exchanging favors or meeting expectations just to keep things even. If they sense that someone is only around when they need something, or if a relationship starts to feel like a series of trades, they'll quickly lose interest. To a Sigma male, transactional relationships are shallow and lack real meaning. He's not looking for someone to fill a role or provide a service. He's looking for authenticity. When people treat relationships like business deals, focusing on what they can gain rather than what they can give, it's a huge red flag. Sigma males see through this kind of behavior right away and won't hesitate to step back and disengage. Ignoring these types of relationships isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's about protecting their energy and ensuring they invest in connections that are real and fulfilling. Sigma males value depth and sincerity, and they're not going to waste their time on relationships that don't offer that. By choosing to ignore transactional relationships, they make it clear that they're not interested in playing games or participating in superficial exchanges. They're looking for something deeper, and if that's not on the table, they'd rather walk away. Number 6, ignoring is their best weapon. Sometimes the only way a Sigma male can deal with certain people is to shut them out completely. It's not about being rude or dismissive. It's just that engaging with them would be pointless and draining. For him, ignoring is a powerful tool, one that he uses carefully and with purpose. When he decides that someone isn't worth his time or energy, he'll simply cut off all interaction. This isn't about playing games or being passive-aggressive. It's about protecting his peace and staying focused on what really matters. He understands that not every situation deserves a response, and not every person deserves his attention. By choosing to ignore, he's setting a boundary, a clear line that says, "I won't let you disrupt my life." This approach allows him to stay in control of his environment and keep negativity at bay. He's not interested in wasting time on arguments, drama, or people who don't add value to his life. Instead, he uses his silence as a way to maintain his own sense of balance and control. For a Sigma male, ignoring isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's a way to stay true to himself. He knows who he is, what he wants, and what he won't tolerate. And if someone crosses those lines, he won't hesitate to remove them from his world. This decision might seem harsh to others, but to him, it's a necessary step to ensure that he's surrounded only by what's good, true, and worthy of his time. Number 7. They become lost in thought, lost in their own world. Sigma males often get so absorbed in their own thoughts that they can seem distant or even aloof to those around them. This isn't intentional. It's just that their minds are always at work, exploring ideas, solving problems, or pondering life's bigger questions. When they're deep in thought, the outside world fades into the background, and people might mistake this for ignoring them. But really, the Sigma male is just engrossed in his inner world, where ideas and reflections take precedence over small talk or surface-level interactions. This introspection is a core part of who he is. He values his mental space and often finds more fulfillment in thinking through a complex idea than in engaging in everyday chatter. It's not that he doesn't care about people, it's just that his mind naturally gravitates toward deeper, more meaningful pursuits. When he's lost in thought, he's not intentionally shutting others out, he's simply following the flow of his own intellectual curiosity. For a Sigma male, his inner world is rich and rewarding, a place where he can truly be himself without the need to explain or justify his thoughts to others. This focus on his inner life might make him seem disconnected at times, but it's also what gives him depth and insight that others might not have. Ignoring the outside world isn't about rejecting it. It's about immersing himself in the things that truly matter to him. And sometimes, that means stepping away from the noise of the world to connect with something more profound within himself. Number 8. They need their space away from people. Space is their sanctuary. Sigma males fiercely guard their personal space. It's not just about needing some alone time, it's about preserving the freedom to think, reflect, and recharge without interruptions. Being around people all the time can be draining for them. It saps their energy, and they know that to stay centered and focused, they need to step back from the crowd and retreat into their own world. This isn't about being antisocial, it's about self-preservation. Sigma males thrive in solitude because it gives them the space to reset, plan, and connect with their deeper thoughts and goals. When they ignore people, it's often because they need that space to breathe and protect their inner peace. They don't feel the need to explain this to others. They understand that some people won't get their need for quiet, but that's not their problem. In a world that constantly demands attention and interaction, Sigma males choose to step back. They're not interested in getting caught up in the noise and chaos that others seem to crave. Instead, they create a space where they can hear themselves think, where they can be themselves without the pressure to perform or conform. Ignoring people is their way of saying, I need this time for me. It's not about rejecting others, but about committing to themselves. And for a Sigma male, that commitment is non-negotiable. In a world that often demands constant interaction and validation, Sigma males stand out by deliberately ignoring those who don't align with their values or add genuine substance to their lives. Their silence isn't a sign of disinterest, but a strong statement about their commitment to authenticity, depth, and self-preservation. By choosing to ignore the superficial, the dramatic, and the entitled, they create a space where they can thrive and stay true to themselves. Their approach might seem harsh to some, but it's rooted in a deep understanding of what it means to protect one's inner world. Sigma males aren't just passive observers. They're active curators of their experiences, carefully choosing who and what deserves their energy. This selective engagement allows them to maintain their peace, uphold their standards, and focus on what really matters. In the end, ignoring is a testament to their strength and self-respect. It's a strategic choice that helps them move through life with clarity and purpose, ensuring that their interactions are meaningful and their personal space is protected. For Sigma males, ignoring isn't about shutting others out. It's about embracing a life that is authentic, enriching, and deeply fulfilling. Thanks, gents, for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now, and God bless.